Okay, we're live. Welcome to the Social Synergy Industry Expert Interview Series. I'm here today with Cathy Turney, who is a San Francisco Bay real estate broker and managing partner at Better Homes Realty in Walnut Creek, California. She's been in real estate sales for over 25 years and is here to talk about her new book, Laugh Your Way to Real Estate Sales Success. And Cathy, I love the subtitle for real estate agents, wannabes, used-to-bes, and those who love them.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for the opportunity, and I'm looking forward to getting to hear more about your business, your experience in the industry, and of course your book. I want to hear more about that.
Okay, well, my book. This is my book, and it is a humorous expose on the real estate sales industry. But it's also very helpful. A lot of tips and techniques to help realtors sustain success. And but as the subtitle says, anybody who's ever bought, sold, or knows a realtor would probably find it very interesting and funny. No holds
Okay, great.
barred.
Yeah. Great. What's your background in the industry? I know we kind of just said the 25 years, but how'd you get started, and a little bit about yourself and your business?
Okay. Well, my mother was a real estate broker for years. She raised us while she was in real estate. And I felt sorry for her because I felt that anybody who had to make a living with a map was to be pitied, because I am what I call spatially impaired. I tell my clients I may get lost getting to the property, but when I get there, I know what it's worth. So anyway, realtors are pretty free-spirited. We kind of, we kind of don't fit in a lot of places, and so my brothers and I evolved into this business too. I started with the Santa Clara County Assessor's Office as an appraiser trainee. And but I always thought real estate sales looked like a lot more fun. So when I got married and had a little bit of a buffer there, I got my real estate license, and the rest is history, or in my past, or something. So that was my beginning.
Okay, great. Do you remember how you got your first client?
Oh yes, I vividly remember that. We had a rental property, and I thought I'll practice on my tenant. So I told him he might want to think about buying a house. So I drove him around for 9 months looking at houses, and finally I thought, if he doesn't buy a house, he's got to sign a lease, because I've had it. So I told him, I said, this time out, I think we need to consider buying one of these houses, or one that you've seen. And he said, I was wondering when you were going to tell me it was time to buy a house. So that was how I got my first buyer's escrow. My first listing took me 11 months. And in the book, I share how you can shortcut that way down. So it didn't have to take 11 months, but I didn't have my book back there to read.
Exactly. Yeah, that'll be helpful to new agents.
Yes.
You've obviously been in the industry a very, very long time. What are three pieces of advice you could share to maybe help maybe newer agents, maybe even experienced agents?
Sure. Well, I was very fortunate, because when I started a few decades ago, I worked for Coldwell Banker during the time when they really trained people. And we had a very large real estate family there, and I learned a lot from people's successes and their mistakes. And one of my most poignant memories is I had lost a listing, and my manager told me, he said, Cathy, a realtor succeeds as much on what she forgets as what she remembers. And I thought, that's so true. You do the very best you can. Things do not always work out the way you plan. You just have to move forward and not dwell on those things. And the most important thing I learned, though, was farming. That is just and farming, for anybody who doesn't know what farming is concentrating on a geographical or a professional or some kind of specific group that that you can, cultivate and establish a relationship with. That is just all important. That you, and I knew this anyway, but real estate really brings it home. You've got to put your client's best interest ahead of your own. I mean, you've got to convince them that that's what you're doing. And once you have that, I mean, then just your reputation spreads. You people trust you. Your business just builds and builds. So, and I also learned that you have to keep it light. Real estate can be fairly heavy, so you have to keep people kind of uplifted and happy, and laugh when it's appropriate. So yeah, those were the four things I wish I had internalized a little more deeply.
Okay. Okay, great. Yeah, it's a stressful time. Like we talked about before, we just recently sold our house, and yeah, it's a very stressful time. Buying a home or selling, and the moving process and that. So, like you said, keep it light and make them laugh. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, lead generation is obviously a very hot topic for just about any business owner, but especially in the real estate industry. What's your number one tip, or what's your favorite form of generating leads for yourself?
All caps. Farm. Farm, farm, farm.
Okay. Farming,
Yeah.
huh? And I didn't realize farming, I thought it was a geographical area. I didn't realize it was, it could be specific groups as well. That's something I picked up.
Yeah, it can be. In fact, I have a friend who farms technology companies, establishes relationships with managers there, people in human resources. I know somebody who farms dentists, and just really speaks to them. I farm a geographic area in Concord, which is 25 miles east of San Francisco. And, in the book, I go into how to farm. It is just not that hard. And I've got some real simple techniques. And the success of your farming is based on repetition and just not giving up, not giving up. So, but I go into that a lot in the book. And when some people say, "Why do you farm?" I say, "Because my life depends on it."
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now with the internet and the digital and everything, everything with mobile devices and that, how is the internet and the digital world, since you got your start before all this internet thing and stuff, and how has the internet changed the industry or changed your business?
It's interesting. Before the internet, or when we saw it coming on the horizon, everybody was so worried that they wouldn't need realtors anymore. The realtor has become even more important now. Now that there's all this information on the web, they don't know how to interpret it. They don't know what to trust. So I would say about 90% of all transactions are still done with real estate agents, because you just can't do it yourself. And it gives us a better opportunity to promote ourselves too, and to show, it used to be we'd have to mail somebody a personal brochure. Now we can just show them our website and they see everything. So it's really helped us a lot.
Yep, absolutely, and that kind of goes back when we sold our house a few months ago. I actually looked into doing it myself. I thought, oh well, I know the marketing, I can do it myself. Oh, and then I looked at all the paperwork and the legalities and all that stuff, and I said, no way. And I said, absolutely not. I'm hiring someone. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah. I thought being a realtor, and by the time we close escrow, they say, I wouldn't do this if my life depended on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the only thing I can do. So but I love it.
Okay. What that kind of leads into the next question. What's your favorite part about being in the business?
My favorite part of the business is that if I choose to work myself to death, it's for me and my clients, not for a supervisor who, won't appreciate it, or oh, I'm not on, you know what I'm saying.
Hmm.
And the other thing that I really like about it is, I mean, not everything goes perfectly as you, and if you're in a very challenging escrow, that it will all be over within a couple of months. So, and then I enjoy so much the friendships I make with my clients. Most of them, we stay in touch, and they get my humor blog, and we just become good friends. It's really lovely. Yeah.
Okay, great, great. And then, of course, we have to ask the other side of that question. What is your least favorite part of being in the industry?
Without a doubt, time management. It's just, it's very hard to keep all the balls in the air and, dash out and show property, but be on the phone and the paperwork. My files are 4 inches thick by the time we're through at that scroll. So it's totally time management. That's the only thing I don't like.
Okay, okay. No, absolutely, absolutely. What is this is kind of a question. I think Keller Williams really hammers home this question is what is your why? Why do you do what you do? What gets you out of bed every morning kind of excited
Yeah.
to go into the office or go meet with clients, show homes, things like that?
Right, right. Well, the the deeply psychological reason is that I go crazy if I weren't too busy. So I have to stay busy. The philosophical reason is I really, really enjoy helping people accomplish their goals, helping them do what they want to do. It's just kind of like my calling. I say we can't all be Mother Teresa, so we have to do what we can do, and real estate is what I can do.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next question I kind of tied back into the question previous, and I know this is an issue, like you said, for yourself and for a lot of agents, and I think a lot of business owners, is how do you prioritize your time? I'm tripping up on that word.
Yeah, we're speaking of we're just trying to yeah, to get all these thoughts out. I know we have so many
Yes.
so many things to contribute here. Well, I could get in trouble for this, but I unplug my phone sometimes. But I know, but I only unplug it for an hour at a time, and that's only when my head's about to explode. So that first thing in the morning, I check the email to see if there's any pending crisis. And then I check my calendar to see what I need to do. And then I put yellow stickies all over the place. And then I feel it's really important to address my paying customers first because they're paying for my time. So I deal with their things. And then I try to write for a couple of hours because I really enjoy my writing. And then after that, I do real estate the rest of the day. And favors. I mean, there are always things that you don't have to do that you want to do that help people. So I try to do my favors too. But yeah, I'm doing real estate till at least 7 or 7:30 every night.
Okay, okay. Next question: how important is having like systems in place? Like I said, you've been doing it for a long time. I assume you probably have some systems in place and to be more efficient, to save some time and probably decrease some of that stress of systematizing things.
Right, right. A system is critical, but a system doesn't have to be that complex. Um, and the thing about you prioritizing your own time is that if you don't do it, other people will do it for you, and they may not have the same priorities that you have. So it's just a matter of just clearing your head in the morning, thinking what do I have to do, and then working everything else out in between.
Okay, okay, that makes sense. Next question, kind of one of my favorites is how are you giving back? Either maybe some local charities, maybe you donate your time, maybe you donate money in that. How are you giving back maybe to your local community or charities that you believe in?
Well, I believe that, giving back is what gives you the joy in life. Being able to, help people through getting their real estate transactions through, donating money, volunteering time. So I donate 10% of my gross income to three charities: the Alameda County Food Bank, the Farm Sanctuary, and NorCal Poodle Rescue. I also donate half of the proceeds from my writing, my books, my, whatever else I write, to those three charities. And I help rehome poodles for North Cal Poodle Rescue. And I publish a column in the Concordia newspaper and the Aspen Healing newsletter. They've asked me to do. So,
no, good deal with the charities that you're involved in and donating 10% of your income, and then also half the proceeds from your book. That's wonderful and good to hear. Making a bigger impact and kind of tying into that why as well, helping the shelters out and that. So that's awesome. I love hearing the giving back stories and how people are helping either their local communities or the charities that they believe in.
Thank you. Thanks.
So what is the last question here? What is your definition of success?
To have a dog doesn't bark. It is to be financially free enough to follow my passions, which are helping others accomplish their goals and doing my writing, and that gives me joy, and that's what makes me happy.
Okay, great. I love it. No, that's awesome. Helping people reach their goals. That's very fulfilling. Very fulfilling.
It is. It is. Yes. Thank you.
So if people want to know more about you, maybe order your book, maybe read one of your blogs, where should a certain website to go to, or a couple websites, or how can they reach out and contact you, I guess I should say?
Oh, thank you for asking. My book should be out by October 15th.
Okay.
For sure by October 21st, and that will be on Amazon. So anybody, if they just Google my name, Cathy with a C, Turney, it would pop up, or they could Google Laugh Your Way to Real Estate, or I'm sorry, do an Amazon search for Laugh Your Way to Real Estate Sales Success, or just Laugh Your Way. You'll find me. I also have websites. I have my writing website, which is www.cathyturneywrites.com. And that links to my blog, which is www.alittlebitoff.net, and that is a humor blog. That's not a real estate blog. If they want to see me in my real estate mode, that website is www.cathyturney.com. And any of those have email links. They can link to me, but also they could go to, for email, just Cathy@cathyturney.com.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll in the show notes and that, and the blog post, we'll have links to the various different websites, maybe an email address, and then hopefully on the 15th we'll have a link to the Amazon book.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I know how publishing the book goes. Like we were talking right before we got on, how sometimes you don't hit the date you want to, and you do have to push it back.
Yeah, the universe.
Yes, exactly.
The universe.
Yep. Well, thank you very much for sitting down. I know you're very busy, and sitting down and doing this Google Hangout and kind of sharing your story and your experience in the real estate industry, and then also talking about your upcoming book. I appreciate your time.
Well, thank you, Adam, and I am excited to read your book about marketing. Do you have your book handy?
Yes.
Yeah. For realtors who are listening, it's all about, Adam is an excellent real estate marketer and has a fabulous blog. What's your blog address?
Socialsynergy.com.
Yes. So really, really wonderful advice. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Cathy, for the time. I really appreciate it, and best of luck in Northern California selling as many homes as possible.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, Adam.
Absolutely. Thank you.